Hey! I just got home and there was some girl in our bathtub. Is this part of your celebration for me finally getting out of the hospital?
Huh? Today was the day that you got out?
I sent you a text yesterday telling you.
I must have forgotten what you said.
You're just going to pull this senseless crap when your wife is getting out of the hospital from her breast cancer treatment?
Hey, I think it's amazing that you were able to make it through the surgery.
But there is some random girl in our bathtub. Whose doing is this, huh?
I would like to think it is her doing.
But how did she get into our house with wearing only lingerie? I don't care how much the truth will hurt. Tell me what is going on here.
Well, could you at least calm down first?
All right, then what should I do to calm down? I can drop all of my things and go over to the nearest cafe and wait for you to give me an answer.
It'd probably be better if you were to just go back to your parents' house at this point.
What?
Because I've already decided that I want to divorce you. You were no good to me once you ended up getting cancer.
So coming home after 2 weeks in the hospital to a random girl naked in our bathtub is your way of telling me that you want a divorce?
Well, it's your fault for getting sick in the first place. With all of that time alone, I thought to myself about what the future would look like for us. Then I decided that I should start looking for another, much better girl to be with.
Well, if you're going to start messing around with other women, at least have the dignity to be with them outside of our house.
Well, do you know how much it would cost me to stay at a hotel every night?
I have no clue.
Well, all of this doesn't matter anyways, and now hurry up and return the house key.
But I still have a lot of my things at that house.
I can just send them all to your parents.
I still need to let my body rest for a little bit before I can go out anywhere far. And do you even know where my parents' house is?
They live in Maine?
So you should know how far that is from us here in Arizona. Now get that girl out of our house so that I can lay down and rest.
She'll freeze being forced out of the house after just taking a bath.
I know that, but where the heck are you right now?
Huh? I'm nearby.
I can tell that you are afraid of me.
I'm at the gas station just down the street from our place.
I can see that gas station from the cafe I am sitting in, and you're not there.
I think you're looking at the wrong gas station. I'm at the one a bit further down the road.
I just walked by that gas station walking here, and it has been torn down.
Oh, you're getting really annoying. Just shut up already.
When someone is backed into a corner, they tend to get frustrated easily. Just like you.
Well, stop trying to torment me and start gathering your things to get out of my house.
Is that all you want?
I already told you that is exactly what I want.
You know there aren't too many girls like me left in the world.
I don't care. I don't want you anymore. At this point, you'd be best off going to a zoo for all I care.
You're pissing me off. I'd watch your back if I were you.
I think you're the one that should have been watching their back. I know that you had filled out some of those divorce forms, ready to be handed in whenever you were wanting to.
What?
Isn't getting a divorce something that you've been waiting for a while now as well? I found those forms in your nightstand, and they were all filled in with your handwriting. This just proves that our marriage was a failure from the beginning. So I thought that going out with another girl while you were in hospital wouldn't have been such a bad thing.
Don't act like finding those papers made it okay to cheat on me.
Well, it's terrible of you to start filling that stuff in without telling me. Finding them just showed me that you had already pretty much thrown me out.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Great, get out of here.
My name is Elise Brown, and I am 33 years old. During my 3rd year of being married, I found out that I have breast cancer. And while I was in the hospital, my husband never came to visit me. Not even once. And just as I got out of treatment, I found out that he had been cheating on me. I suppose that was one heck of a good surprise. But even before realizing that he had been cheating on me by finding that girl naked in our bathtub, I had already been having feelings of our relationship falling apart. And I have a very good reason for having that feeling. And it doesn't seem like Matt knew much about how I was feeling at all. At first, I was planning to send in those divorce papers, but after finding out that I had cancer, I decided that it wasn't such a good idea. But man, does the way that everything turned out suck. Now my body isn't only left with scars on the outside, but scars on the inside as well.
Are you back at your parents' house?
Well, I didn't have anywhere else that I could go to.
I got all of your things together because I thought that I should send them over there. But it looks like my girlfriend looked through your clothes and found some that she would want to use.
Seriously?
So I thought that instead of getting a settlement from you, I'd just take all of your clothes.
Are you guys actually being serious right now?
Well, I didn't really care about it much before, but it seems that you have quite a lot of really nice clothing. So she is super happy that it all fits her.
You guys better not lay a finger on the rest of my stuff.
It's fine. You caused me all sorts of trouble getting sick with your breast cancer. So don't start talking to me like I owe you anything.
Don't start thinking that my life was less valuable than my clothing.
But it was because of me that you were able to afford all of this. So, in other words, all of this is mine anyway.
I work to be able to buy that stuff.
Oh, you're a cheapskate. That's why I want you to stay out of our life.
I don't care if you want to throw me away. I just want you to send me my stuff.
It seems like all of your makeup and perfume is high-end as well. When she saw that you had a bunch of Dior fragrances, she almost passed out.
Well, you better tell her that if she uses even a drop of any of my perfumes, I will come over there and literally drench her in sewage water just to make sure that smell comes off of her. Make sure she remembers that well.
Scary. But if you think you can actually do that, I want to see you try.
I was planning to use a lot of my skincare creams after I got out of the hospital, so make sure she doesn't touch that either.
For someone with your skin, you should just lather yourself in olive oil.
Can you guys just forget about my stuff, please? I have done my best to take care of all of my bags and clothing. I have a lot of memories as well with all of my stuff. They are my prized possessions. Please, send them back to me.
Do you think your crying will get me to stop? It is inevitable now. What could you possibly do to me when you're on the other side of the country?
You said that you'd send me that stuff, so you should keep that promise.
Well, maybe I was lying to you. By the way, what is this letter that was in your drawer?
Wait, if nothing else, at least don't open that letter.
Well, when you say it like that, it makes me want to open it.
Stop. I swear.
What the hell? Elise, I love you is written inside of it. Is this from another man?
It's not what you think.
This is a damn love letter. So, you try to hide this from me too? Who's the cheater now?
I'll read it over again. I told you that it's not what you think.
I don't want to look at it again. I cannot believe that you were cheating on me too. You probably used your time in the hospital as a way of messing around with other men too.
Don't try and force yourself to act like an idiot.
Now you've made it possible for me to get more money from you in the divorce settlement.
I didn't do anything wrong. You're just acting like a complete fool. I just have one thing that I ask of you. Stop messing with my things. That's it.
Oh, shut up, you cheater. Someone in your place has no right to ask anything of me.
Right now, it is Sunday morning. I think I can make it to the flight.
What are you talking about now?
I want to fly back over there to get my stuff, but my body is still not fully recovered from the surgery, so it might not be possible.
Well, that sounds like good news to me.
Are you at home right now?
Right now, I'm giving her 1 day to look through all of your things for whatever she wants to keep.
You guys are frickin' deaf, huh? Well, whatever. Do whatever makes you two happy. But because of that, don't be afraid of what comes next.
What the hell do you think you can do to me? Your body is too weak to even make it over here. Oh, so stop trying to act all high and mighty. Yo, who the hell are these two massive men?
They're my brothers. You should recognize them from our wedding, right?
Were they this huge before?
Recently, the two of them have been going to the gym quite a lot. They started to really get into wrestling, so this was the next step. And since they are twins, they strive to have the same body type as one another. They even go by the nickname Gorilla Twins at the gym.
Did they come all the way from Maine?
That's right. They came to get all of my things, as well as that letter.
You would go as far as sending muscle men to do your job for you?
Well, my dad always told them to protect their little sister no matter what. So they are just fulfilling that promise.
But what scares me even more is that they have a key to the house. How did they get that?
We were able to get a copy of the key from that house's realtor.
Huh?
Do you not remember that we were asked by the realtor agent if it was okay for them to have a copy of the key in case of an emergency?
I didn't really think that they would just give a key out to anyone, though. Especially not your henchmen.
All I had to do was ask if it was okay.
But why the hell would they be okay with someone from Maine asking for it?
Because I was the one that co-signed for that house with you. It wasn't that hard for me to give them the names of my two brothers and say that they were just coming by to pick up a spare while they stayed with us for a little while.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Is this how you're gonna get your revenge? I have the law to protect me, you know? It doesn't matter if you try to scare me into submission, I can just call the cops on these two.
Well, doing that isn't going to save you from what will happen to that house.
What?
That house is contracted to be torn down next month.
I have never heard about this.
I told you about this 6 months ago, and I even showed you the contract we were given by the city office. You really can't be bothered to remember anything I tell you. You didn't even listen to what I had to tell you about my surgery.
Then what should the two of us do?
Well, maybe the two of you can find a new apartment to live in, even though the rent is extremely high in that area.
That is gonna be impossible. I only make $2,000 a month.
Well, that's too bad.
Did we get any money in return for our house getting signed off to be torn down?
I did, but I have no reason to give any of that money to you.
But it was for the both of us to put towards a new place, right? And I can't move out to the countryside. The commute will be over an hour and a half.
Well, if you would have paid attention when I talked to you about our housing issue, maybe I would have put half of the money into your account. I was planning on looking into new houses for us, but then I became ill and didn't have the time or energy.
But, well, I was in the wrong this whole time. I was even lying about cheating on you. The girl that you saw in our tub was just someone that I hired to surprise you after you got home from the hospital. That's all.
So we came all this way just for you to tell me you had been lying?
I'm telling the truth. So can you please give me half of that money so that I can find a place to live?
I don't believe you. And why would I give you any money when you already got a settlement from me?
I'll give you back all of your things, all of your cosmetics and clothing. Oh, and that reminds me. According to that love letter, you were cheating on me, so I should be able to get more money from you if I get a lawyer.
That letter was from my dad.
Huh?
He gave me that letter a long time ago when I first moved out of their house and told me to open it when I turned 35. He always starts his letters by saying that he loves me.
Really? I thought that it was a love letter this whole time.
Every time I got a year closer to being 35, the excitement in me grew to open that letter. But you ruined that excitement for me. I will never, ever forgive you for that.
Oh, stop worrying so much about a damn letter. I'm about to lose the place that I live in.
I think the only reason you are so worried about that is because you always blow all of your savings on going out with different girls.
I only just began having affairs with the girl that I am with now. So don't act like I've been fooling around with other girls for a while now.
Whatever you say. I know that you have been fooling around with other girls for over a year now. You would always mutter different names while you were sleep talking. Around 10 different names, I think.
And you think that this is evidence to say that I've been cheating on you for that long? Those could all be characters from books that I read.
Well, the names that you had been saying were the exact same names of the people that you were texting on your phone.
You looked into my phone? You broke one of the most important rules for married couples.
You were also looking at my phone all the time, so it goes both ways.
You noticed that?
Because you were always looking at my phone, I became suspicious of you. You were probably trying to find a reason to leave me by looking through my phone, huh?
Damn it.
I just got a message from my brother. He says that all of my cosmetics have been opened up and used. And he says that all of my clothes are covered in a really bad-smelling perfume. You're screwed now.
I'll buy you replacements.
Makeup, perfume, creams, and hair products. All of that together comes out to about $3,000. And I'm not going to wear those clothes now, so I'll have to toss them. So clothing will come out to around $20,000, I think.
What? They couldn't have all been that expensive.
They were all of the high-end brands that I had always wanted. So to me, this all breaks my heart. What's so bad about expecting that money back from you?
So you really do plan to get that money back?
Of course I do.
Well, maybe you should ask my girlfriend to pay you back. I wasn't the one that used all of that crap.
You're just going to throw her out that easily now, too? Does it not hurt you knowing that you burned through all of these women without feeling any remorse for them?
I only talked to most of them by text message. I never actually met with any of them.
You can stop lying to me. I know that you have gone out plenty of times to be with them. I looked at their contact information in your phone, and under their names you had their home address written.
Huh?
I also know that the girl you let stay at our house on the day I came home's name was Alyssa. And I know that the girl you went to see while Alyssa was in the bath was Emily, right?
What the hell?
I also saw that you had intentions of getting married to all of them. It seems they have all been talking about being engaged with you already. Huh?
That was just some jokes we were saying back and forth to each other. We aren't actually engaged.
I even saw some messages saying that you want to marry them once we are finally divorced. It seems that is how you have been playing your cards for the last year now, right? Going out to have separate lives with each of your girlfriends.
But it isn't like I've chosen anyone to be serious with yet.
Cut the crap! I know that you have been planning to get serious with each and every one of them. Trying to buy engagement rings for every single girl. And collecting money from them to put towards the marriage papers.
Stop lying. How many people do you think a man can marry?
And while I was sick with cancer, I thought it would be a good idea to put off turning in the divorce papers that I had filled out. I thought that by waiting it out while I was focused on trying to fight cancer, you would come around to trying to support me again. But every day that you moved further and further away from me was the day that I moved closer and closer to really wanting to send the papers. But finally, the end has come. I feel so relieved to know that I will never have to see your face or hear your name again. Damn, I'm practically crying right now because I am so happy.
But I finally come to realize that I do want to be with you.
Really?
I know that everything that I've done to you hasn't been right, and that I let you down while you were getting your surgery for cancer.
What?
But I finally come to realize that no matter what happens to you from now on, I want to be by your side helping you through it. We've been through a lot, so something as silly as this shouldn't be strong enough to break us apart, right?
What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying.
I know that inside your head, you are just thinking of ways to keep me around so that I'll give you more money. And if you're nice to me, I'll reduce the amount of money I ask for in the settlement, right?
No, I'm thinking about how strong our love is.
I doubt you would throw away all of the hard work you put in to have all of those girls around you prepared to marry you when I am gone. So this love that you're talking about is one big joke.
Huh?
I think you have even gone to some of their parents' houses already to ask for permission. I'm sure their parents will be upset to hear that you backed out on the marriage, huh? Huh.
That's not something I'm worried about.
I bet you even said that you would do everything in your power to make their daughters happy. But if you really want to get back together with me, you'll need to tell them all that you are running away because you have plans with your ex-wife. Do you think they will all forgive you for this?
But what should I do? What do you think I should do?
I'm not giving you any advice.
Help me, please. My head is about to explode.
Then go right ahead and explode for all I care. After the divorce was made official, I was able to get $25,000 in a court settlement from Matt, as well as another $20,000 in an out-of-court settlement for all of my cosmetics and clothes that he ruined. And as for the other women that learned about him backing out of their marriage, they all earned money from him as well, around $10,000 in total. There are still 4 girls that don't know about what has happened yet, so I will go ahead and send them a letter letting them know what has been going on behind their backs. Matt later had to leave the house, and for a while was bouncing around all of his friends' houses. But after a while, he was able to find a new girl to stay with. She ended up being super clingy, to the point where she was asking if his work was more important than her. So after a while, he had to quit his job to stay at her house full-time. I guess that is the life he deserves after the amount of women he tried to run with. Huh. This was the year that I was able to read my father's letter, as I had finally turned 35. But of course, I was still a little ticked that Matt had opened it a while back. Reading it made me cry a lot, but I think I cried a whole lot more knowing what I had to go through to get the letter back. In the end, I have realized just how strong I am having my 2 brothers to back me up, and that now I will be free to start my new life back here in Maine. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.